Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I've been here in Negros for over 5 years now because of my channel. I've met so many guys, and of course, a lot of people communicate with me with emails and comments on my videos and things like that. I want to talk to you about your life and how much time you actually have left. You can go in your computer, you can go in your bank account, you can find out to the penny how much money you've got in the bank. You can do it instantly, and day to day, you know exactly how much money you've got. But there's no way to tap into your life and find out how many days you've got left. I think many of us overestimate how many days we've got left. I've lost a lot of friends and people that I know since I've been here. Some of them much younger than me. Total surprise for many of them. They look perfectly healthy to me, and the next thing you know, you hear so and so has passed away. Sometimes it's natural causes, sometimes it's cancer, sometimes it's an accident. You never know. I mean, for myself, I thought I had, 30 years left, and then, 15 years ago, I had quadruple bypass surgery when I was in my prime. Never smoked. I was in great shape, going to the gym every week, running, you know, uh, 5 miles on a cross trainer in like 35, 40 minutes. And all of a sudden, I find out I have need a quadruple bypass. Total surprise. Um, and these things happen. So my point is that you got to make the most of every single day. If you're, happy in your life, be grateful for the little things you've got, um, and don't sit there and fret about the past. The past is over. Nothing you can do about it. You can't change it. So just accept that it happened. If you made mistakes, if you weren't the best person, then forgive yourself and move on. But so many guys, so many men around the world, not just here in the Philippines, but they think they're unhappy. They're miserable in their life. They hate their job. They're in a bad relationship, or they're in no relationship at all, and they're just lonely. And they just keep putting things off. And they say, well, maybe next year. I've got plenty of time left. If I work for another 3 or 4 years, I'll get more in my retirement. Hold on, folks. If I keep working, I have more money. And you can't take the money to the grave with you. You can always find a way to make more money. Um, and you're never going to get those days back. I mean, how many guys are on their deathbed and say, wow, I sure wish I had that year back that I wasted in an office doing a job that I absolutely hated. I wish I had that year back. I sure do something different if I had that year back. Um, and so don't sit there and think that, you've got more time than you do, because none of us will know. Nobody knows exactly how much time they have left. Hopefully we all have lots of time and live to be 90. Of course, how many 90-year-olds have you seen that are in great health? That's just like being a living death to be 90 or 100 years old. So, you've only got so many good years left as seniors. Most of the guys that watch my show are 50 and up. Um, and if you're an active person, say you like to, play golf or snorkel or scuba or hike or whatever it is you want to do, go exploring, you can only do that up to a certain age. You can probably pull it off through, most of your 70s, but you hit 80 years old, and you're very, very limited to things you can do. You may not even be able to drive at 80 anymore because you can't see good enough. Your reaction time is not what it used to be. And so, it's not only how many days you've got left, but how many good days do you have left? And of course, that means, take care of yourself. But of course, even doesn't buy you, unlimited time. Look at Richard Simmons, the big health nut, and he died in his 70s, where Keith Richard, who smoking cigarettes every day and doing cocaine and heroin and everything else and living a wild lifestyle, still alive, still performing on stage. So I guess he's got good genes or something. But it's quality of life too. So if you don't take care of yourself and you're in bad shape, you can have a hard time getting around. Those days you've got left are not as valuable as the days of when you were younger and healthier. And so take a look at yourself and just look at your life and say, okay, am I happy? Am I satisfied where I am right now in my life? Um, and if you're not, if you say, gee, I've always dreamed of going to Europe. I've always wanted to, go and see whatever it is you want to see. And you say, well, I'm going to do it next year, next month, 5 years from now. maybe you should do it now. Maybe you should just, find a way to go do it now. If you're in a relationship, I talk to so many guys who've been married for 10, 20 years, and they just got a roommate, basically. And they don't even like each other. They don't do anything together. You know, he comes home from work, they hardly talk to each other. Of course, forget about sex. That was over years and years ago. And they just stay in the relationship. Sometimes say, oh, what's for the kids? You would upset my kids who are adults. They can take it. Um, or I'm afraid that if I leave her, she's going to get the house and I won't get anything. So it's about money. Um, but is it really worth it? Maybe it's better to just walk away and let her have the damn house or whatever it is and start all over again. I've met so many guys that have taken the leap, have, some were, very financially secure. Other ones were like me and struggling and came to the Philippines. And things worked out beautifully for them. They're in relationships, they found a nice place to live, their money's going much further, and they're content. Happiness is overrated. You're not going to be happy every single day. You're going to have happy days. But I've just found here that, where I live, that I'm just content. You know, I've got a nice wife, I've got a beautiful baby, I've got friends, got my little YouTube channel here, keeps me occupied. And you can find something that will keep you busy. But, don't just sit there on the lazy boy watching the same shows you do every night, waste your time on a computer, and throwing those days away. And so many guys nowadays, especially with the elections going on in America, um, they're spending their time arguing with people they've never met online, big arguments, calling people names and posting all kinds of stuff, and of people that they never even met. And it doesn't matter what you say, you're not going to change your point of view. And when I see it over here, it happens too. I see guys arguing, angry, angry, angry because somebody's a Democrat and they're Republican, or they're Republican, this person's a Democrat. And they're so angry. And the fact is, neither one of them are going to vote. They're here in the Philippines, they're not going to vote. So their opinion means shit, means nothing. And then neither one of them ever plan on going back to America. They don't ever plan on going back. They're going to stay here forever. So what's the point? Why can't you just say, well, that's what you think, and you like this person, like that person. Let's just see who wins, and it'll be interesting. You don't have to get angry about it and call people names. I get people calling me names all the time because of, my political views are different than theirs. I don't do that. Um, but wake up in the morning and instead of thinking about your problems, which most of us do, I don't have enough money, I got to fix the car, I got to do this, I got to do that. You think of all your problems and things you got to do. Wake up and start thinking about the things that are good in your life. Wow, I'm healthy, I really like my car, it's old, but I love my car, I like my house, I like my job, I'm in a good relationship, or, whatever it is that you can be grateful for. And you'll find that if you just take stock of your life and look at the good things, more good things will come to you. But if you're a negative person and you sit there and all you do is think about the problems that you've got, it kind of attracts more problems into your life because that's where you're putting your energy. You're focusing on your problems. Don't do that. Focus on the good things in your life and you'll find good things, more good things will come to you. And if there's things that you can't change, there's some things that are just impossible. There's nothing you can do about it. If there's nothing you can do about it, don't waste your energy worrying about it because you can't change it anyway. So what's the point? If something's going to happen in the future and you know that it's coming and there's nothing you can do about it, why ruin the 2 or 3 weeks or days you've got before that time happens, whatever it's going to be, worrying about it or fretting about it when, you can't change it anyway. So you might as well enjoy the days you've got that are still good. Don't pollute those days with problems that are in the future. Some of them never even happen. I've done it myself. I worried about things that, I thought for sure was going to happen. And it turns out it never happened, or it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So that's it. I'm not ranting or anything. I'm just, telling you guys, you don't know how much time you got left. You really don't. I don't want to be negative, but, you don't know how much time you've got left. Your time could be 20 years from now, it could be tomorrow, and you don't know. None of us do. And so make the most of what you've got, be grateful for what you got, make the most of it. And if you're miserable, sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith and make, a huge change in your life. Move all the way across the country, go to another country, get out of that bad toxic relationship, leave that toxic job and do something else. Even if you're making less money, you might be happier doing something else. And so that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And if you want to be on the show, shoot me an email. It's in all of my videos down the where it says more. Got all my email address down there. Shoot me an email. If I'm available, I'm happy to have a cup of coffee with you. And if you want to be on the show, no problem there. Let me know. And that's it. Thanks for watching. If you're a subscriber, I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.